Okay, so I wanted to do a quick like growth point / leveling guide on Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. You will want fairly leveled characters for this, since you'll be doing a fairly high difficulty stage. The star difficulty isn't that high, but you're basically camping high miasma to increase the chance of fever drops. So it's harder than the star difficulty makes it look out to be. But if you have a fully leveled Orochi X like I do, you can basically cheese it a bit. So I'll show that off. But you'll want at least diligence and wisdom on your weapon. I also recommend aggression. It doubles your attack for every 200 hit combo you do. I don't know if procurement actually helps, but I have it on my weapon. And then brilliance is just a generally good element. You do want at least Daji on your team for her proficiency. You want the proficiency at S rank as well. It increases XP. And then if you do have them, Shushu, if you have him promoted once, also gets the XP increase, and so does Yoshimoto. So if you have those two promoted, bring those. And then Gyuki is just random. For this, you'll want the Solstice formation, which I believe you unlock at like 65 or 75 characters unlocked in Gauntlet Mode. And then I also have Mystic Bells on my Orochi X, which just makes, well, Mystic Bells doesn't really matter for this method, but it's nice for, it's just nice in general. So the stage you'll actually be doing is on the 3rd level of Gauntlet Mode. It's a red stage, so you can access it in your first playthrough. It's the Crater Depths one. So on this stage you can spawn Houndoom really fast, and defeating Houndoom makes your miasma go up really high, which increases the chance of fever drops. And there's just a lot of enemies that spawn. So what you want to do is use your Solstice formation to teleport and defeat these 7 enemies, and then run to the center of the map. Because that's where Houndoom spawns. So you'll get that, and then you'll get Houndoom spawn. So what you want, the reason I use Orochi X for this is because his Musu can defeat Houndoom really fast, and once you have Houndoom defeated, you can use your Musu for immunity, invincibility rather. So as you can see, my miasma went from like 13 to 50, in the high 50s. And once you defeat Houndoom, all the officers on the map will basically rush you. And as you can see, the first officer I defeated gave me a fever drop, which makes every enemy you defeat drop a 300 XP score. So you can basically abuse the high miasma and the enemy officers spawning from miasma pools to get a lot of growth. This is how I've been leveling my characters. I've done a previous guide on another method for leveling characters, but I like this method better. I just find it more fun. したことがたちがもう忘れ勝負に興じてみ So you can get like 800 to 900,000 growth points fairly quickly with this method. And you get a lot of elemental orbs as well. You kind of don't want to wander out of this center area though, because the miasma drops off sharply if you do. So as long as your Musu is active with Orochi X, you're invincible. This method is a lot better if you have osmosis and absorption on your weapons as well. It'll make you a lot less likely to die. Sometimes it's good for your officers to be trapped in that corner, sometimes it's not. I don't really know how to get them untrapped. So there's more fevers. Get around 1800 kill count. That's usually a pretty decent amount of growth points. So I'm not getting very good luck with fever drops here, but usually you get better than this. And these Ozeki and like the troop types can't drop fever drops. It has to be a named officer. This method past the basic setup. I think Susanoo would also be decent for this method. I haven't tried Susanoo, but based on how his Musu works, he's a pretty powerful character as well, so I would imagine he would work decently for this. Another Ozeki out. Slow down once you defeat the initial group of enemy officers, but you can basically keep running around here and more officers will spawn.
までか撤退せよ
敵将崩壊した
私の知略に勝てるとお思いか吹くことがそのまま負けではない
敵将崩壊した
Here we go.
我が知略に勝とうなど肩払いたいわ
So I'll probably spend it after this fever wears off. Let's defeat the officers up here and see if that gets anyone to spawn.
ざるを得ぬか
So that got me another fever defeating those enemies.
私の知略に勝てんとお思いか吹くことがそのまま負けではない送り戻ったまでか撤退せよ
So this is longer than I usually spend. Well, it's about the average I spend 10 minutes.
引かねば
So this is also a decent way to get Gauntlet Mode specific items.
滅びの意志は止められず
So I got almost 900,000 growth points in about 10 and a half minutes. That's a bit lower than usual, but it's still decent. And I got all these element orbs and materials and stuff. And I also got some weapons, which don't really matter if you have X weapons. And there are the Gauntlet specific items that I got for this stage. I don't think I even had the Phoenix Remedy one at all. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.